I still don't understand, and I may never understand, that God, who is truth itself, will support that which is not true. That's a contradiction. God cannot contradict his being because his being is truth. Now, every being does not contradict its nature. God cannot contradict himself. I give you an example. It is not in the nature of man to bite and eat his flesh, except when he is possessed. God can't be possessed because he is the cause of all forces, because he is all powerful, the causa principalis. So God cannot do that which is against himself. But most times men have invoked God to support their lies, even in human judgment, and they have been disappointed. In the old dispensation, we have this account and the contest between the 400 prophets of Baal and Prophet Elijah. According to 1 Kings 18, 20 to 40, we have the story where it is said that the God that answers by fire is the true God. In the new dispensation again, we have a similar account between the Albigensian Heretics and St. Dominic, where they had a contest of fire. This was what happened. The Albigensian Heretics often debate with St. Dominic, and at a certain time, they arranged that each will cast the book of their doctrines into the fire. Now, God, who is truth, will vindicate the true faith by preserving the book from burning in the fire. But at the end of time, they lost, because fire is a creature of God. And I ask, how can that which was created by God not vindicate the truth of God? Remember, the book of Daniel, chapter 3, verse 66 says, fire and heat bless the Lord. And Psalm 103, verse 22 says, all the works of God bless the Lord. So how will fire not bless the Lord? By vindicating the truth of God. I remember the sayings of the Africans, which goes, it is ignorance that makes the rat to attack the cat. That was the case because they lost out in the battle. Now, the story. Saint Dominic de Guzman was born in Spain in 1170. He received the rosary in 1214, erected his order in 1216, and was given the name Order of Preachers by Pope Honorius III in 1217. He died in 1221 and was canonized saint by Pope Gregory IX in 1234. He is the patron saint of astronomers, those who are falsely accused, and the Dominican Republic. Now the story of Saint Dominic and his account with the Albigensian Heretics. Now, first of all, who are these Albigensian Heretics? Remember, a heresy simply means erroneous belief in faith. Now, the Albigensian Heretics were a group of heretics who resided then in the southern part of France called Albi. They had a professed very wrong belief. Their principal belief is akin to that of the Manichaean of the previous centuries. The Albigensian Heretics subscribed to the principle of duality, the principle of good and evil. And to them, the human person is a composite of good and evil. To them, matter is evil, while soul or immateriality is good. And the soul, to them, they said, the soul is trapped in the human body, seeking for escape. So the favor or the like a suicide, which to them provides an escape to the soul out of the human body. And they said that Jesus Christ came to liberate the soul from the human body. And to them, Jesus Christ never had a true body. So anything else to do with the devotion we pay to the sacred humanity of Jesus Christ is to them wrong. Most importantly, they rejected marriage and favor concubinage. You see error? To them, they said anything else to do with the flesh is wrong, so marriage is wrong. Now, according to the work, The Life of St. Dominic, and a sketch of the life of the Dominican order by the Right Reverend Joseph Sadok Alamani, OP, Doctor of Divinity, chapter 4, page 14 and the following has the following story. That because of the problem of the Albigensian heretics and southern France then, which was actually going very wide, Pope Innocent III sent the Cistercian monk to go and convert them. But unfortunately, they couldn't do it. And the people listened more to the heretics because of their way of life, their puritanical way of life. So the Pope has to send St. Dominic down to the place. When St. Dominic got there, he understood, he studied the environment, and his life of humility and compassion was another advantage to his irresistible eloquence. He went from place to place and he taught them, and many of them staged a contest with him. But because of his powerful eloquence, they couldn't withstand him. And many of them actually tried to kill him if it were possible for them. There was a particular day in Fanzhou, they had a contest. The 3 judges were selected who were very favorable to the heretics. Their positions, actually, they weren't heretics, but they loved their positions. And St. Dominic accepted. Now, people gathered. They had a debate. Each presented his doctrine. And in doing this, at the end of the whole thing, the judges refused to announce the winner, even when it was apparent that St. Dominic won in the argument. And the heretic who actually debated with, the chief of them who actually debated with St. Dominic, now requested that for them to actually know who is actually saying the truth, and they should go by trial by fire or test by fire. So they built a very big pile of fire, very like a campfire, and they said each would throw the book into it. Any of the book that survives the fire, it means God has vindicated the doctrine of that party. So the heretic threw his into the fire, and instantly it was consumed into ashes. It was burnt into ashes. Then Dominic threw his own into it. It was seen that the fire ejected the book of Dominic, the doctrinal book of Dominic. He has the book of doctrine, which we may call the catechism. He threw it into it the first time. The fire sent it out, ejected it out. St. Dominic again threw it again into it the second time. Everyone watched what happened. The fire again ejected the book out unharmed. Then for the 3rd time, St. Dominic took it, showed it to the people, and threw it inside. What happened in the 3rd time was very, very shocking. The flame, the book was seen as being raised up in the fire, in the flame, and it was in the flame, and it wasn't burning. Everyone saw it. Then after some time, it was ejected out again. Then St. Dominic picked it up, and many were marveled. But you know what? The champion of the heretic refused to admit, even when the judgment has been set before the contest, he refused to admit the truth, and some of the heretics also refused to admit the truth. This reminds us what happened in Number 14, verse 11, where God complained that even these people still don't believe in me upon all the miracles I've worked in their midst. So many of them refused to believe. And this even happened, something similar happened again, of which will be a story for another day. Now, for many who don't believe in the Catholic doctrines, who often deride our doctrines as doctrines of men, now the doctrines of men which you reject are being approved by God. Do you still condemn the teachings of the Catholic Church just because you do not understand? That's not enough reason to condemn it. In fact, that's not even a professional exegesis, because the scripture says that those who believe me, these are the signs that will follow them. And actually, he has worked a miracle. Why don't you believe in it? This is done that you may believe and utilize the faith. See you on the next market day. Bye-bye.